Good evening and welcome to another scene in the living world of darkness. Tonight we start our scene in, well, a person is just being checked out at the hospital. She's gathered her clothes. She's gotten some normal clothes since the other clothes she had was torn and shredded, but she's been calling quite a bit to a person who hasn't really answered her. Mason, as she knows him. At this time, she is just getting her what things she has on her, and the staff is helpful, but she seems very uncertain and very nervous. They ask her if they can help her with anything, but she's doubting. She's seen some things that have made her question quite a few things. The clothes she's been provided with, and she's just gathering her stuff, and she's calling up Mason once again as she's standing in the foyer of the hospital.
As it's probably out with it's probably out on patrol, doing something related to pissing off a Sabat. Nothing too drastic today. Not a mission. They're not going to the Bronx Zoo or anything like that. Nah, they're not going after Mr. Burge or storming his yacht. Nah, today it's just a standard day of casual patrol maintenance, as it might be called. And as he hears phone ring, he sees that it's Julia. You'll pick up.
Hello?
Hey, Julia.
Thank God. I'm ready to leave. I'm getting discharged. Is there a way you could meet me or something?
Oh yeah, that's great.
They wanted to keep me here another day, but I really don't want to stay here too long.
That's okay. I've got us a place on the southern end of town, if that's okay.
What do you mean?
I mean, you said you were looking for. You said you needed a safe house or something.
Wow. That's perfect. Thank you. I'm really. You've done so much for me already. Wow. I mean, you're simply too good to be true.
Oh, pardon?
She said, "You're too good to be true."
Oh. No, I'm just trying to do my bit to help. I should be there in about 10 or 15 minutes, if that's okay. Is there any? Do you just want to get picked up from the hospital?
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, dinner? Do you want to get something to eat?
Yes. I mean, if we could, it would be great. Thank you.
Sure. Not a good place. That's the best Vietnamese you've ever had. Peter.
Yes.
He said he knows a place. It will be the best Vietnamese she's ever had.
And she heard you, and she doesn't really respond to it. She just sees him and hangs up.
Oh, damn. That's a weird way to go out. Sam, Sam put down put his phone away, and we'll make a trip to the hospital, being driven there by his little retainer, of course. Again, this time it's more like a saloon car, but kind of a spacious and nice looking one. It's almost like it's like one of those cars you see out the monsters being driven in out of the 50s. It's classics. It's quite a sight to behold. Definitely looks quite fancy.
Julia is standing there in like plain looking clothes she's gotten from probably some of the staff or something. She obviously can't see you inside the car, but she's just standing there looking around.
Sam will get out from the car and jog on over to her.
She almost runs over to you and hugs you. Just, I can't thank you enough.
Don't worry about it. That's the least I can do.
She just seems to follow you, getting into the car.
He'll open the door for her and get in the other side. Once they're in the car, he'll just kind of wrap an arm around her and say, "So, how you feeling? You doing better?"
A lot better. I'm out of the hospital. That helped. That helped a lot. But, I mean, I really want to thank you for this. I'm feeling a lot safer with you around. I'm gonna have to repay you somehow, but I really don't know how.
Hey. Don't worry your beautiful little head off about it. I got everything covered.
She smiles at you, although you could swear that there was a hint of, like, a bit of a reaction when you said that, but she doesn't seem to mind too much.
Reaction?
Don't worry your pretty little head about that. She reacted to that. But in any way, like, more than a twitch. So, what's new on these people? How long do you think it is before you'll catch them or begin the operation?
We're gonna have to move quickly. We don't want them running the ground in too short an order. I gotta know someone broke in and messed up their stuff.
Well, fuck them.
Good to see you got your temper back.
Well, I survived, so yeah. I better not come around. I really never had a gun, but I guess I'll have plenty of reason to get a gun now.
I can teach you how to use one. I'm pretty good with it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's a bit of a straight puncher myself. I've always been better. It's been better with handheld weapons. It's a bit too good at them, if I'm completely honest.
Well, in your profession, I suppose you have to be.
Suppose I prefer to talk my way through situations involved with through situations like not these, but that's the problem. Gonna have to muscle our way through these idiots.
Well, whatever you need of help, testimony, whatever. I'll help. I'll help out.
He'll say, "Of course, got you on call now." And gives you, I guess, gives her a bit of a wink, in jest.
So you she looks at you and just. So are you married? And she just. I mean, of course you are. Never mind.
Oh man, don't take me back to my past relationships.
Oh, okay.
I have not had the best of luck
Okay.
in the past.
I'm sorry, it was a weird question. It's just
Oh no, it's
a lot
fine.
of things to handle. I'm all over the place.
I'm single. It's fine.
You are getting up on the restaurant you talked about earlier.
Oh, hey, we can learn a bit about each other while reading.
If you think it's safe, okay, sure. And she will get out, and you can see that even though she's not in like she's in used clothing that's she's gotten from the hospital, she carries herself pretty well. Um, and maybe it's a mix of her knowing how to stand or her well maybe she did mention something about modeling, but she does actually carry herself fairly well as she gets out.
Someone
Turns maybe a head or two.
open the door and kind of walk in arm lock with her. It says, "You got quite a pace there."
Well, you know, the first couple of impressions are with the eyes. Never hurts to make a good impression. It's an occupational hazard. But
No, you gotta. I think you got a talent for this sort of thing.
well, yeah, and no, I used to do it professionally. So. And she's looking at the menu, and you'll sit down, you'll order. Um, she'll just, um, I'll have a glass of water for a drink, and the waiter will just look to you if you need anything.
Whiskey on ice, my good sir.
Did you say what did you say?
Whiskey on ice.
In a Vietnamese restaurant, he does like
Yeah, okay, yeah. That's fair enough. That's fair play. I totally forgot about that. I'm an
He
idiot.
just gives you a look and he's just like,
Okay, yeah, no, he'll
sorry,
order some sort of Vietnamese alcoholic beverage that I'm too dumb to understand, even though I took us here to begin with.
the waiter does seem a little perplexed, and he tells you that they don't have whiskey.
Sadness. Sadness adorns Sam. And looks slightly embarrassed. Well, instead, just get some sort of interesting Vietnamese alcoholic beverage. Because why not explore your horizons while he's here?
He smiles, and not too long after, some water and what looks to be a not a Vietnamese, but from Thailand, a beer from Thailand is placed in front of you. She would just say, "So, tell me, how long have you been on this case?"
This one, a few months now. A slippery bunch. Can't really give away the whole thing, obviously, but I wrote messed up plot. I guess you could say they're akin to a cult of sorts. I believe they're doing this for some greater good. A faint hot fuzz, but without all the comedy and all the horror.
This is like a bad movie or something. I feel like I'm in a bad movie. But
Aye.
what's weird is, when I told you that, with Nikki, yourself, and I told you some of the things I've seen, you didn't seem dismissive. You didn't even seem to think I was crazy. This is not new for you, is it?
No, despite this being one of the worst cases I've seen, I regret to say I've seen even worse.
For the sake of the scene, we will just say that you will get some food. She is having a vegetarian dish, and you will have ordered noodles with something. And she begins to eat. You'll notice that she doesn't eat too much. She eats, but she eats somewhat slowly, and she's not someone who eats a lot. Maybe because of her physique and her background. Who knows?
Sam, on the other hand, well, he's not eating sloppily, but obviously he sets a decent pace. He doesn't seem to. He has good table manners, of course, but he is not as hesitant as his partner is.
So, you're fed, but where you from originally? Boston or something?
How'd you guess? Well, I suppose you could say not originally, but close. I was actually born in Northern Ireland before the family moved to Boston.
Oh, wow. Okay, Northern Ireland. Okay. I just thought. Okay.
Oh, I crossed that massive seafront. Why? What you thinking?
No, it's just most people who talk like you is just they're from Boston. It's, yeah, that's.
I'm sorry, mate. I can't hear you.
She just said most of the people who talk like you are from Boston. That she knows of, so she didn't think you came from Ireland.
Well, I suppose I've picked up a bit of an accent.
It's good. It suits you. It's quite a nice accent.
Kind of rubs a finger off his cheek. Thanks.
So, so, is there any other questions you have for me, or?
Oh, where are you from? You lived in New York for a while? Have you just moved here?
I've been. I've lived here all my life. City girl.
Huh.
Probably also why I'm so stubborn.
Oh, the thing about being stubborn is that it can also be a good thing. You just need to figure out how to use it right.
Well, I kind of did. Trust me, for all the shit that people give. people in my former industry. It does take a lot of persistence and courage to do what I well, did. And a bit of luck.
A bit of luck always goes a long way. You definitely seem like the Iron Maiden type, though. I like it. Times like these, a bit of persistence is always prone to pay off. Too many people give up too easily on the things they want to achieve.
I don't. I can't say I can remember a time where I've ever done that, to be honest. Hmm. She finishes. She hasn't finished her plate, but she seems to be finished with eating.
Sam seems a little bit both endeared and amused by how she kind of talks about her persistence.
It's
I think I think you both share that trait.
well, I mean, it's both a blessing and a curse. Well, anyway, in my last job, it was half and half. I think it's actually better in investigative reporting. But well, you use all the things you learn. Promise you that a lot of the things you learn as a model you can use in investigative reporting. That's for sure.
I'm interested. How do you mean?
You have to wait for a lot of shit and take a lot of shit from people and get used to getting nowhere when you model.
I think I get it.
And the time people have for you is more limited than you think. And well, if you can stomach that, actually make it in that sort of environment, well, having people blow you off because you want to comment or don't want you around becomes nothing. But then again, I also have to fight against the fact that I look good. That's not always not an
I
easy thing to deal with. You don't tend to get taken very serious for that.
uh, I feel it so much. There's always some punk that thinks they know better, isn't there?
Hmm.
I I've had to deal with the same thing in
Oh,
my own profession.
oh, you're simply too pretty. And she smiles. She has a smirk on her face, and she says, "You know, pretty women can get away with that. Guy like you, have to watch out."
I certainly hope people watch out for me.
I'll keep an eye out, at least.
I hope you do. Uh, I could definitely see you going places.
She seems quite happy at this point, and yeah, she'll just. I need. Oh, fuck. My wallet and all that are gone, but I have some money at home to pay for this. If you.
Don't worry. I got the check. You've already been through enough the last 3 nights.
Thank you. I you continue to amaze. You really do.
Uh, It is my goal in life to become Mr. Fantastic, but I'll take Mr. Amazing instead. As Sam tries to write off a really shitty dad joke.
She smiles, and there's a bit of a chuckle at it. And she seems to be quite on board.
No one appreciates Mr. Fantastic at all.
No, those movies are shit. I mean, okay.
Well, anyway.
So, you've gotten a place that's fantastic. Not that I'm at a place right now is good, but I really appreciate it. So, you want to go over there now?
If you want, be a pleasure to show you. It's not too fabulous, but it's to a room apartment. I think you can. It's definitely got some leg room to work with.
Thanks a lot. And the two of you will get into the car again. And she will just say, so, yeah, I mean, so you and Nick, you're just like, you're like partners, or do you have, is it only the two of you, or is there more than like agents?
He'll wrap an arm around her and just pull her in, kind of give it a whole shush. Or he puts a finger to his own mouth, not hers, obviously, he's not telling her to shut. Says, it's more than just the two of us, but you keep that between you and me, okay?
Of course. I mean, why would I? She smiles. Of course. I mean, why would I tell anyone? I, I owe you my life and more.
I know.
The bit of a drive will mostly be her just more or less tucked around you or hugging you as uh, as much as you can without being like stuck to you. But it's clear that she feels very very comfortable around you, and she doesn't really say anything on the road. And you will get to the designated apartment.
Yeah. Sam, when they enter the building, I'll just take some, there's a bit of a jingle and jangle as he takes some keys out of her pocket and slips it into her pocket.
Oh, thanks. And after a little while, you will get up to the apartment. Um, she will have a look through it. I'm guessing it's a fairly standard apartment uh, with a couple of rooms and modest furnishing.
Yeah, it's like a decent middle class apartment. Oh, it's a decent apartment. It's just 2 bedrooms. It's not bad. A few floors up.
Thanks a lot. This is really great. This will do fine. And well, knowing that you've done it, it makes me feel a whole lot safer. She gets in. She familiarizes herself with the apartment, and after a little while, she'll just look. Why aren't you more concerned about what I told you? I mean, I've been going over it in my head. Those things were Like, it was more or less a textbook definition of something that isn't true, but I know what I saw. This is too much already. I'm not going to say the word, but you know which word I'm talking about, right?
You know, I suppose I'm not too concerned. I know it's a case a while back, but I saw, well, I can't really put it any other way than people eating each other. It's pretty dark. It's not the first time I've dealt with something like this.
Drinking blood. It's not just cannibalism, that's something else. And after seeing like two things that no real human are supposed to be able to do, it has bad movie written all over it, but I still can't shake it.
How about we talk about it later, yeah? Just focus on getting yourself settled in for now.
Right. I'm sorry. You're the professional. So even though I don't know what's here, can I get you anything?
Sure,
Glass of water, something.
you love your water, don't you?
Oh, I don't really know if I have anything else.
I think there's some coffee in the cupboard up there.
Want a cup?
Sure.
And she'll go in and make some coffee, and she'll politely talk as much as she can while she's doing it. She'll just. And do you drink a lot of coffee normally? I mean, I don't want to having an overdose or something if you're normally drinking a lot.
It's fine.
And she comes in with standard coffee, and she's made 2 cups, and she just so please sit down. And thank you. This is a great place. This is the same size as my apartment. It's not even a little bit bigger.
Glad you like it.
Of course, I like it. You gave it to me. It's fantastic.
Just want to do my part as well.
Look,
Kind of stares at her a little bit.
you're doing more than your part. You're going above and beyond. Um, I just want to know if there's something you need. If maybe you just want to relax a bit.
Oh, sorry, I missed that last part.
Maybe you just want to relax some. Just stay here and relax a bit. It's totally fine for me.
I can stay here for a little while.
She seems to smile a lot of that, and yeah, she's she seems either hesitant or nervous. Well, it's probably fairly reasonable to assume that she might be after what she's been through.
Pardon?
No, I'm just commenting that it's probably understandable that she is a bit weirded out with everything that's been happening,
Yes.
but she She does seem to enjoy your company quite a bit for obvious reasons.
Hmm.
And at some point, she'll ask you if you need another cup.
Yeah, he'll use the loo during that time to throw up the other coffee, but actually he might use the there's probably toilets outside in the apartment somewhere or something, so he might use those instead. So he'll just
Okay.
hop out for a little bit and then hop back in because masquerade.
All right. Yeah, she will make another coffee, and she she's trying her very best to make this as welcoming as possible. Um, and she tries to come up with reasons for constantly making you stay.
That's
Um,
for Sam. Uh, at one point, he'll kind of put both arms around her and ask her what's making her so nervous.
Look, if I begin to speak my mind, I'm probably not going to stop, and you're going to think I'm crazy. But
What kind of
those those things were drinking my and other people's blood. They were very, very strong. It was always during night. Do you know what that normally sounds like?
I know. I said we'll talk about it later, yeah?
Well, that's why I'm nervous. Okay,
Hey, you don't need to worry about a thing. I'm here, I'm gonna keep you safe.
all right, all
You
right.
don't have to be worried around me, okay? He kind of caresses her cheek slightly and
She
pushes
kind of
back with
grabs
his
your
hand.
hand.
Oh,
She kind of grabs your hand as you just brush your cheek, and she just grabs it and then takes the hand and puts it on the side of her face as she looks up at you.
and with that, he will kiss her.
She seems reluctant, or conflicted maybe, but she does seem to very, very much like the fact that you're close. Thank you. I don't worry. I just need a little time, but I really want to thank you in more ways than one. And if you give me like a couple of days, I will have something, at least something prepared. Okay?
Yeah, sure.
And you can see that it's almost reluctantly that she lets you go. Like uh, you would know that it's probably a mixture of her being through a very traumatic thing and her being entranced. So she is, understandably, probably a little conflicted,
Yeah, emotionally confused.
which makes a lot of sense,
Mm.
all things considered. But
He will,
at last, she will, if you make gestures to leave, she will let you go at some point and say goodbye to you quite a few times.
hmm. he will, he will make her some coffee with a tiny pinprick of his own blood mixed in.
For it to be effective, it needs to be a little bit more than a brick.
How much?
I don't know if it's an entire blood point, but
I don't
it's
think so. I think it's close. Let me just check. You might be right. I might just be being stupid.
I think it's quite a bit, actually.
I think so. Yeah, because last time he mixed in.
I will allow it that it's you can sneak it into a glass of sorry, a cup of coffee.
Cup of coffee. Cup of blood coffee. Sounds terrible, person.
Yeah, you can sneak it in there.
Sam, yeah. He actually does this with both cups, but yeah, both both crap. What is it when you clang your glasses again? Hold a toast to a long and healthy life away from whatever the hell they've been through, and yeah, we'll be on his way.
She seems to drink and enjoy what she's drinking, and yeah, um, she will wave goodbye to me, but you will begin to make your way, uh, probably home. But as she closes the door and is happy to be in her new place, um, I believe that this is the moment that we will end our scene.
Thank you, ST for ST. Thank you all for watching. See you next time.